welcome to Enterprise Friday, reaching you from Enterprise Television. My name is Henry Igwebike, and we're reaching you from our headquarters from the economic capital of Nigeria, Lagos. We'll start off today with our newspapers, and right after that will be our main conversation also for today. Please do well to be part of what we do. Have a say in what we say. You can always find and reach us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, if you may, follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. We're very so honored to have two distinguished gentlemen of the press. Joining us via Zoom is Emeka Madunago, journalist, public affairs analyst, and Innocent Adoluba, journalist, public affairs analyst. Good morning to you, gentlemen, and welcome.
My pleasure to be
here. My pleasure. Hello, viewer.
Thank you so very much. I would love to promise everyone watching right now that today would be an explosive one because of we have great stories to talk about today, and I would love to believe it will be very so interesting. But let's start with the Guardian newspaper this morning. We have the big story: opposition kicks as Tinubu hails defection, Apc endorsement, and also still on the same newspaper. Defect with me to APC or resign, Governor Eno tells his cabinet members. And to business, Dangote slashes petrol price yet again as independent marketers undercut the price. And also vacate our lands before June. Thief Council tells herders. Wow, this is very interesting actually. Ababio Bello may testify as federal government files criminal charges against Natasha. And the 2027 SDP Adebayo rejects Atiku. He may step down for Obi. But let's talk a little bit about this. Okay, just before that one, we equally have President Tinubu submits 1.48 trillion Rivers appropriation bill to the Senate. Let's start with the 2027. Opposition kicks as Tinubu hails defection and the Apc endorsement. I'd love to start with you, Innocent Adoluba, on this one. We all watched what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was talking about, especially when there was a summit of the APC governors, parliamentarians who endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu less than 2 years into his first term in office. 29th of May, a couple of days to come. Already has been endorsed for 2027. And also what happened? What do you have to say about that?
Well, it's politics, and politics is not righteousness. It's midterm, and if you look at the scorecards, it means that only the APC governors are impressed with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu so far. If you need more endorsements like this, go to the streets and see Nigerians. I think Nigerians are very patient people. They don't demand much. They just hope the government, when that day comes, President Tinubu is going to read a lot of achievements on paper. Nigerians are waiting for President Tinubu's administration to convince them with realities and tangible pragmatics on the streets, because life does not exist in the papers. So it could be what the Latin call fait accompli. The APC governors are sealing their political destinies by singing a harmonious chorus. Because if you are discordant now, it would be a fulfillment of the scripture, who is not for us. And the PDP, the largest opposition party, are not standing anymore. They are leaning. They are not falling. They're just leaning towards the APC. You can see the mass defection as they happen. One of your headlines relevant within this topic are some of the ingredients that have bolstered the APC to believe that it's a sprint finish to let's use the word trophy, that political victory come 2027. But within the times, my assessment of the Tinubu administration is on just three fronts. Okay. It is within this period we are heightening on the word food inflation. In 24 months, I have not seen one state, maybe I can be educated, where President Tinubu went and commissioned number of tractors for farming.
Well, he would say he has the Minister of Agriculture to do that on his behalf.
Also, are there any states you have seen that minister go to do such? If the minister does that, President Tinubu has done that. So I'm not personalizing. I'm saying this administration. I want to see if there was one state President Tinubu or one of his emblems or appointees went to carry out something that can shock the gap between food shortage and the reality. The second one is insecurity. Rather, under President Tinubu's watch, we've had the worst of military records where our own military are disgraced and shamefully and mercilessly killed, plundered. Nigeria's glorious military of yore, reputed for quelling restiveness across the West African coast, Sierra Leone, Liberia. Even a military person like Sani Abacha had restored a civilian government using our military. President Obasanjo has done that. I think Abacha did with Tejan Kaba. Yeah. The Nigerian military had also, leading to independence, fought in the Congo. They fought in Burma, Myanmar, across the world, and in Nigeria. The military are shamefully, with video evidence for the world to see. My third is on humanitarian grounds. We could see where, I don't know if that ministry is still existing, the humanitarian ministry, but on humanitarian grounds, this administration has scored zero. People are killed. It's tied to insecurity. And the president travels out and comes back, never goes to those states to condole with those people, Benue, Plateau, Kiti, wherever they are, Borno, And then I don't know if President Tinubu's administration has done anything to demonstrate the Nigerianness in the lives of Nigerians living in IDP camps. Do they feel they are Nigerians living in Nigeria without a war? But I don't know if this my yardstick, if the APC governors are myopic towards these yardsticks I have mentioned, because Nigerians live in each of these states, live under these harsh, seething economic realities. I think a lot of them, like you read Governor Umoeno, you can see he was unabashed on the media, instructing, commandeering his associates.
Well, we will have to
we'll get them.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But for the Tinubu scorecard, that's where I stand.
All right, Emeka, are you still there with us? Emeka, are you still there?
I'm very much here.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so very much for the time. Now, I would love to ask you, in continuation of what Innocent Aduluba had said, that catchphrase that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has stated, "Sweep them clean," is very typical of what he said prior to election. Grab it, take it, and run with it. Would we say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu seems not to learn how bad some of the statements he brings to the table looks to Nigerians?
Look, Tinubu is not the problem. Let me disappoint you. Tinubu is not the problem. We have INEC, the security agencies, and the judiciary. Those are our problem. Those are the obstacles to free, fair, and credible elections, transparent election in Nigeria. Not Tinubu. After all, in 2007, Obasanjo said that the 2007 elections will be do or die. He said so. And then a chieftain of the PDP, the People's Democratic Party at that time, Chief Richard Akinjide, he said, we will face our opponents dollar for dollar, pound for pound. He said in an interview with Sunday Punch. So, and of course, eventually the winner of that election, or presidential election, Musa Yar'Adua, said that the elections were flawed. He said, and we'll do something about it, which Obasanjo didn't like. That was what led to his falling out with Obasanjo. You know, and then when he fell out with Obasanjo, what did he do? He reversed the sale of the 4 state-run refineries, which Obasanjo had approved before he left. So that's to tell you that those are our obstacles, not Tinubu. Any project can say anything. Any project can say anything. In 2015, Jonathan, you know, engaged in brinkmanship to the extent of bringing in foreign mercenaries to clear Boko Haram. Within 6 weeks, they have swept the whole place clean of Boko Haram. What did APC go telling people? That Jonathan suppressed, he used that to suppress votes in the Northeast. You know, so anybody can say anything. We can go back into history, you know, about what people have said. So defections will not guarantee victory. If INEC, the security agencies, and the judiciary are non-partisan, it will not. Can I tell you that the supporters of the Delta State Governor, Oburewori, and his predecessor, Ifeanyi Okowa, they've refused to pick up their APC membership cards. They refused to go to their wards to go and register with APC. They've refused. I don't know if you saw the viral video of Okowa, the former governor of Delta State, where he went to address his people in Owa Alero, where some women were shouting at him. In fact, one got up as if she was going to slap him. You know? Even in Akwa Ibom now, Eno is finding out that he's been alienated from the government. This was somebody who went for an event. Commission has abandoned him there. Now you resign your appointment. But Eno knows the drowning man. Because one, he was not a popular choice. He was imposed on the people by his predecessor, Udom Emmanuel, who himself is facing an EFCC investigation. So he thinks that the best way, you know, to help to save his neck and that of his predecessor is moving to APC. But it's going to be played because clearly he's showing that he's an outsider in his own government. So the issue is that let Tinubu can say anything, sweep them clean, whatever. But the point is that for him to have even pushed for a declaration now, before his second year, shows that Tinubu is afraid. He's afraid of something. Whoa. If you are confident, you will not engage in such desperation. Because if you look at it, Buhari, when he was pushing for second term, he waited now. Buhari waited until the end of the third year before he started pushing. Obasanjo waited on the last minute before he started pushing. Because why? The PDP governors were going to humiliate him. There is a story that he even knelt down to beg PDP governors in 2003. Yes, there's a story that Obasanjo knelt down and begged them that they should not disgrace him. You know, governors like James Ibori, Victor Atta, you know, and some other governors. Because he knew that, you know, there was actually a mention that he will go for one term. That was the reason why he was brought out of prison. The military brought him out of prison to run. That was why they denied Abiola victory. If not, ordinarily, Abdul Salami should have declared MK Abiola as the, you know, as president and gone ahead to swear him in. So, that okay, you had a one term, but he now knelt down and begged them. They agreed. But at the end of the day, he now went after them. He went after them. But Yar'Adua did not follow his script. You know, Yar'Adua actually even brought, what's his name? James Ibori closer. That at the time, the media was calling James Ibori the Prime Minister of Nigeria. Now Yar'Adua is president, James Ibori is the Prime Minister. But Yar'Adua died, Jonathan came in. Jonathan now saw Ibori, Saraki and others as his opponents and went after them. He went after them, thinking that he had a friend in Obasanjo because Obasanjo was the one, you know, I mean, he started the issue of a doctrine of necessity. The National Assembly should pass a doctrine of necessity and make Jonathan the president, you know. So, but eventually, he saw that he and Obasanjo couldn't work together. And so things fell out. So for Tinubu to come in and be saying this, he's desperate. But the problem is, how can the governors exert influence in their states? Because first of all, Tinubu came in 2023, and then he said subsidy is gone. That was a war against the people. He chose to pour money into the federal government, into the state government, into the local government, and to snatch, he said it in a video, that he would lower purchasing power, which was a declaration of war against the people of Nigeria. That he will raise taxes and he will slow down the economy. He did that, and that's why you see poverty everywhere. You can see the inflation. They raise interest rates, but it's only the big men, it's only the politicians who are cashing out. Now, industries are saying, entrepreneurs are begging that the CBN should lower interest rates. That is killing them. But you see, the government is still borrowing left, right, and center because government can afford to borrow at any rate. Banks giving out loans at 40-50%. Fintechs giving out loans at 120% per annum. So who can afford that? It's government. And the government just borrowing left and right, crowding out the real sector, crowding out MSMEs, crowding out industrialists, crowding out the private sector. So, and you are talking of 2027, when people cannot go to the banks and borrow money, to sustain jobs, to create jobs. A lot of industries have unsold goods in their warehouses. I am talking of 2023. Just yesterday, herdsmen killed 3 soldiers in Benue. Look at what is happening in Borno. You are talking of 2027. Are you even sure you will still be there by 2027? You're talking of 2027. I say these guys are just jokers. Don't mind them.
Very, very true, Emeka.
Of course. History will vindicate Nigerians. Thank you.
Very, very true. And this truly reminds me in 1998 when General Hassani Abacha then, I can remember so vividly, on NTA, the advertising there was who does the cap fit? And there was a gradual transition of the military cap to the civilian, cap and all that. The 1 million man march was organized in Abuja. You understand? And all of that. So if you see what's happening today with Bola Ahmed Tinubu stating, sweep them clean, it's actually not new. But of course, like I often say, God is a Nigerian with a green passport, and he knows when to do, what to do, when to do, and does not miss at any point. Innocent Atuluba, let's take a look at other stories here. Akpabio Bello, that's the higher Bello, that is. He may testify as the federal government files criminal charges against Natasha.
Do you mean the erstwhile governor of Kogi, Yahaya Bello?
Yes, Yahaya Bello.
And Akpabio?
Yes.
Emeka used to ask if the security agencies are in the pockets of politicians. Who are those filing the charges against Natasha now?
Federal government, this time around.
So, an issue that transpired on the floor of the Senate.
No, it was actually when Natasha said that they wanted to kill her. Yes, that Akpabio and Yahaya Bello had the desire of killing her. So that is what the federal government is using against her.
Natasha,
yes,
is in libel with Akpabio and Bello.
Yes.
But the federal government is going to sue.
Exactly.
What will Yahaya Bello and Akpabio do? Are they not the people who should be responding, via litigations? Is the federal government this idle? Do you understand?
Yes.
Because it's, from what you have told me now, I accused 2 people. The government is coming for me. It is the people I'm accusing that should say they are guilty or sue me to prove their guilt, their complicity, or otherwise.
Well, the federal government is looking at it from the angle of debasement, that Natasha, a serving senator, could debase if she could allege a murder case or an alleged desire to have her killed by the third man of the nation, then it's more like a stating that Nigeria itself wants her out of the way.
So that's the federal government acting on allusion.
Exactly.
Allusion. The federal government is too busy now to jump on a train based on allusion. The hands of the federal are full. Hunger, instability, and banditry and insecure, flooding. So that's my grouse. My premise is Natasha, the Kogi South representative,
yes,
is accusing 2 people. the two people are not retaliating. It's the federal government that is now, I don't know what the federal government aims to make out of this, but for me, Natasha is an individual, a Nigerian full-blooded. With all due respect, she is not the priority of the country at this time. The priority are the masses. If the federal government is gearing up to do anything,
yes,
they should do things that will alleviate the well-being of the masses. Look at JAMB and all the mess. You know, those are what we should be looking at. How motorable are our roads in 2025? In 2025, do we still go to farm with hoe and cutlass or tractor? You know, can people in their communities live peacefully without fear of insurgency? Natasha is a small fry in the scale of preference of national urgencies. The Senate, where Natasha belongs as a player, should act tidily and not distract the federal government from dealing with gigantic and urgent issues on their plate. That's my take on this. And for God's sake, Natasha, we hear the last official statement from the Senate is that she's on 6 months suspension.
Yes.
The Senate should be giving us a countdown. And how do you deal with someone who you have suspended? Mm-hmm. You wait for the person to return.
Then you can continue.
Yes, that's I don't know. That's how I see it. If she makes any other comment which is libelous to the Senate President or His Excellency former Governor Ayabelu, the two of them combined or separately should litigate against another, not the federal government.
Well, that's the country where we find ourselves. Remember on the case against Obi. Peter Obi, you know, during the post-election, you know, INEC was there, you know, representing, insinuating that Tinubu won, and they are supposed to be non-partisan. So this is to show us.
INEC came with an SAM,
yes,
who had ready files.
Yes, exactly.
You know, I'm telling you that a place where we went to relax, people are telling us that people are not looking at the new political party called INEC political party.
It's actually very bad. Emeka, I'd love you to speak to this Natasha ordeal. What do you make of it? Nigerians were very surprised how the federal government could get itself involved in a case that should be dealt with by individuals who were alleged to have committed a crime. But here we have a federal government now less busy, like Innocent had said.
The federal government is totally failed. It's a failed government. The Tinubu government is a total, gross, embarrassing, disgusting, despicable failure. So they are looking for distractions.
In fact,
the issue between Natasha and Akpabio is actually before the courts. Why the federal government saying is filing criminal charges? Because of she asked the IG to investigate and as a plot to assassinate her, an alleged plot to assassinate her. So the next thing is you are now filing, and you know that is also why people are saying that this Inspector General of Police should go. That his tenure shouldn't have been extended because the man is tired. You can see how the police have gone rogue. What is Inspector General of Police is doing more is pursuing cybercrime. He's not after bringing down the crime rate. He's not after making the country safer. Look at the statistics now. Look at the statistics. That should tell you why are we crying about this security. If not for the military, how the police have performed against these criminals, causing problem internally. Yes, if not for the military. Yeah. So the question to ask now is, filing charges, somebody came and made a complaint, then you are now turning the person to the accused, a complainant to an accused person. That tells you how these people reason. And let me tell you one thing. You see, they may think they have power, they can do anything with power. But let me tell them that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And the corruption begins with the clay of feet disintegrating. And then those who think they have power will crumble. We saw it under Abacha now. We saw under Abacha. Who does the cap fit? At the end of the day, the cap didn't fit Abacha now. What about Babangida? What didn't he do? He tried to bribe everybody within bribing distance. But at the end of the day, he ran away like a coward on August 26, 1993. He ran away like a coward. Abacha came in. He thought he was so powerful. But he forgot one thing, that Nigerians were actually tired of military rule. He killed so many people. His goons killed so many people. His administration killed so many people. But where is Abacha today? Just a pack of rotting bones in one grave somewhere. So, when these people think they have power, I just want to advise them that things will change. The tables will turn. If they think, oh, they have power, they can do what they like with it. First of all, Tinubu knows that what is occupying is not the turn of the Southwest, it's the turn of the Southeast. So that is a travesty. He has stolen the turn of the Southeast. So when we get there, don't worry. You see that of Natasha, it just shows you that Nigeria is a jungle city where people use power the way they like. But you know what? Its tables will turn. In Natasha's matter, she's good, she will be vindicated at the end of the day. You can see from her social media post, she's not perturbed.
Yeah, very well, she is.
She just keeps laughing at them. Look at the character they went to bring up. That so and so and so and so and so and so. At the end of the day, where is she? Does anybody remember? So all of those things will crumble. They are all crumbling. Natasha will be vindicated at the end of the day. Thank you.
Very, very true. And just before we let go this segment, let's take a look at what's happening from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Tinubu seeks announced approval for 1.48 trillion naira of Rivers budget 2027. I am expecting more defection to APC coming from our president. Of course, we've done justice to that. But let's take a look at other matters. Emeka, you did talk about the business investors, of course, being only the ones smiling to the bank. We have Otedola to Tinubu Cardoso policies reviving investors' confidence. That is after he invested about 320 billion naira to First Hold Co, promising a good future for Nigerians. Do you really see anything coming from that? And what do you think is in the offing here?
Let me tell you, I've always said it. The Nigerian stock exchange, Nigerian capital market is just a kalu market. Just like anywhere in the world. So people are putting money in the capital market. Why is it not showing? The federal government just floating bonds left and right, borrowing money left and right. Why is it not showing in the economy? Just yesterday, the organized private sector was crying that the monetary policy rate of the CBN at 27.5% was too high for them, that it should actually be brought down. So if the OPS can be crying about that, why should I rejoice that Otedola made, you can see the stock market, capital market has lost some money because of profit taking or profit taking. Yes, those heavy investors are cashing out. But are jobs being created? Are jobs being sustained? Are companies selling off their goods, their inventories? Are we getting a better economy? The answer is no. If you take 1 million naira now, put it into one capital market scheme or money market scheme in a bank, you'll be getting between 18 and 20,000 every month. That's your interest. It goes higher as you go higher. So why should it? That is portfolio investment. That's why you see a lot of foreign investors, they rush to Nigeria. They put in briefcase investors. They just come in, put money in the capital market, and then they get away with it. How come those with lower shares, like 1,000 shares, 100 shares, 2,000, why are they not also singing hallelujah? Does that not tell you that something is fundamentally wrong? It's these big men who have access to bank loans, to credit, who can actually use their shareholding as collateral to borrow money to also trade in the capital market. And so why should I take their word for it? Let's go and ask Aliko Dangote whether what Tedola is saying is correct. Which investors' confidence is it boosting? Tell me the major investors that Tinubu has attracted since May 29. Even the existing investors, the existing companies ran away. You know how many of them ran away? All of them. They all ran away. You know, so what are we talking about? Which business today? Tell me one business today, one business. Remove the Kalu portfolio investment. Tell me one business today that you can put money into, put 10 million naira into, and then in 6 months you will not be wondering whether the money was stolen from you. Tell me one. There is none. No power supply, no security, bad roads, name it. High interest rate, high exchange rate. So how can somebody be telling me that it has boosted investor confidence in what? In what? That's the question to ask. I'd rather listen to somebody like Dangote, who is actually also enjoying government's privilege through sales crude, naira for crude. That is it. If you remove all these government investments, I want to see how well these people can stand. All they do is pass the load to the ordinary people. So what we are talking about is that the economy is a shambles. The economy is in a mess. There is no company today that is doing up to 30% of capacity. If there's anybody, I challenge anybody, correct me if I'm wrong. Any company today that is doing up to 30% of its installed capacity. None. Because it's not possible. Multiple taxation will run you out of business. Power supply, high cost of power run you out of business. When there's no power, high cost of diesel will run you out of business. So, what are we talking about?
And low
Thank you.
consumption, of course. Innocent, but this is really a very sad reality that we face. But it's not peculiar to us in the United States of America. You know, Elon Musk has been there. He contributed so much to the re-election of Donald Trump. And of course, just like Mecca did say, if you compare him to Nigeria, he's like the Dangote of America, enjoying federal government largesse and opportunities and all. So why is it that when it comes to those who would endorse governments of the day, it only comes from this industrialists?
The government is a big project, so it takes somebody with mega bucks to fund it. You don't expect starters, MSMEs, and all of that, or let me use the word, NYSC graduates who are still aspiring for that 70,000 to go. And so it's the mega, because those are the people that, in quote, can recoup their profit back vastly. Elon Musk sits atop vast resources and deals with millions of Americans, and is involved in transcontinental deals in China, Africa here. So he even said he would like to go back to his business during the week. You know, so it's government attracts huge patronage and sponsorship. You can see we are in the season. This is the first premature season of election in Nigeria history. The government of the day is yet to cross midterm. Campaign for the next one is ongoing. We don't have the scorecard yet for the midterm, not to talk of the full term. But you can see the voices and the personalities behind the push. It's not people like me and you. It's people who sit atop resources, heavy war chests, governors, you know, and all the other, like Mecca said, we all know that give or take, whether 50-50 or not, Dangote is a pro-government.
No, he has always been.
So you don't look for one. I don't want to be like one Aba or one Alaba or one Onitsha. They must be big. The clout will be high. It has to be high, because when these election campaigns take off, it will float on large donations, and the donors are not talking minute digits. Henry, it's big deal. It's the biggest deal locally or internationally, and that's what gives spinal cord to any party. If in the wake of all of this, defection left and right, APC running unopposed, as it were, and certain measures turn up with bolstered donors, the APC will pay attention. Yes, they will, because you can recognize steep competition when you see one. But in where the APC are, there is nearly absence of competition, and competition is just two-way: human and capital resources. Others follow. So by the time Atiku, El-Rufai, whoever they are, Peter Obi, Rabiu Kwankwaso, whoever, if they can get themselves together, look organized, woo mega donors, and stand straight and speak the manifesto that can woo the masses against what they are tired of in the incumbent government, backed by huge resources, the type you talk of Elon Musk, bring that microcosm to the Nigerian comparative. Henry, whoever was sleeping safe will be aware that, how is it said, there's a new sheriff in town, or a new sheriff is on their way. And you see, the element of surprise is a formidable advantage in combat. So whoever thinks, the Bible will say those who think they stand firm should be careful, lest they fall. It's not, like I have said, politics is not righteousness. But you don't just stay comfortable. You look at that bogus comment from the man I admire, His Excellency President Tinubu. But you see, every fortress has its soft underbelly, if you know where to look. The character in James Hadley Chase, The Vulture is a Patient Bird, Amo Shalik, made that comment. You think, oh, this is a fortress. It's foolproof. Every fortress has its soft underbelly. The measure from opposing the APC should look for the soft underbelly of the APC. They will find it. If the APC is also formidable as they are, the APC have, they call it in Nigeria, pidgin, mumu button. The APC knows the mumu button of the PDP. They know the mumu button of Labour. And so APC, the fall of PDP, the fall of Labour is the strength of the APC. And that is the zero-sum games theory at work. So if you want to topple the APC or make them capitulate, you too should find their soft underbelly. So that resources you are talking about, Harry, but party campaign is men and materials.
Very, very true. And just like Innocent has rightly said, every fortress has a soft underbelly. It's just for the competitor to look for it and know how to, penetrate it. And let's see how that goes. 2027, we truly do hope that this would be a competition possibly between the ruling party and Nigerians. The Nigerians should be the opposition right now because of it's very so obvious, very so germane that what we see today is not what the APC is seeing. They have, of course, in unison endorsed the president. But the question is, are Nigerians endorsing the president? We'll be right back when we return. Akwa Ibom Omo Eno defects to APC, tells aides to resign or follow him. That in the beat is still Enterprise Friday. Please don't go.